Hey everybody, it's Lacey. Welcome to Paws and Paper. So today I am working in a new journal that I've started. Here is the cover. I don't have it put in the cover yet. I've been doing it in pieces. So here's the cover that I made, and I thought it turned out really good. I was happy with it. I did a patchwork quilt style with the scraps and everything. So I thought it turned out good. So here's what it looks like. This is some really pretty like cream colored upholstery fabric with flowers on it. And so this is going to be a pretty naturey type florally journal. And then I've sewed some of these pretty buttons on the front and everything. So I am working in this journal, so I thought we would just play around. Here are the signatures. I've got the bases done for these. It's a 3 signature journal, and I thought we would I've been making some things just to go in it. So I figured I got all the pages and things together. I've been working on trying to do different papers and stuff. So I've got some things done, pretty much what the base is done. I've mixed some really old papers with just some new things. And so now it's time to start figuring out how I am going to decorate this. So I've just done some sewing. In a couple little pieces. I've added a couple embellishments or a pocket or something, but today I was working on just making some of these. Now, I don't know what I was thinking I was going to use these for. I think I will end up using them as pockets or tucks. But I was playing around with putting some like lace windows. So I had some scraps and I figured I would just get on and play with you guys. So I've just got a couple pieces here. I was trying to stick in these colors. There's a lot of the browns and the pretty peaches and the mint green and things like that. So I've been trying to stay in those colors. So let's just see what we can make today. So I'm just going to take some scraps, and I did use double-sided, because what I do is I fold these in half and then I can see the image through the lace. So I am using double-sided scrapbook paper, and so I want this to be my outside, this will be my inside, and this is the side you'll see through the lace. In size, let's see, size depends on probably where you're going to put it. So if I put a tuck, I could actually probably use this whole big piece. This has a lot of my mint green in it already. Maybe I want to use something else here. Maybe if I want to put one here. Let's just use this whole piece. Let's just go for it. It will fit in my journal, so we're just going to do this. So all I did was take a double-sided piece of scrapbook paper and fold it. And now I am going to get out my die cut machine, and that's what I did. I have a square, I have an oval, and I have this has an actual decorative type cutout. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'll cut out a piece. Is this directional? Maybe. Okay, I'm going to go cut out a die cut piece. Okay, so cut my piece out here, and I save these and I make fun little clusters and things out of those. Those work good. So here is my piece now, and now how big you cut your piece here will depend on how wide of lace you got, or piece of fabric. Even fabric would look pretty. Kind of whatever you want to cut out here, you could always fill. I'm going to use my forest moss. I've been using forest moss and vintage photo. I like the forest moss color. This is a new one for me, the green. It's pretty though. And I needed something springy, it's got to be green. Grass is starting to green up finally, and see some flowers coming up, so I thought forest moss was good for that. Okay, so there is my piece. Do I want to round corners? Now, I didn't round corners on any of these. I will sew around them. here is my piece of lace that I'm going to end up putting in there. Now, my lace is pretty wide, so it will fit in there perfectly. And I think I'm just going to leave them squared, actually. I'm going to use them for pockets or tuck spots or pockets or whatever. So now I'm trying to just make sure my lace, my widest part of my lace, actually touches everything. So this is good for like if you have really wide pieces of lace. Some of these really vintagey laces are really wide ones, and they're pretty. But sometimes then you have like a hard time deciding how you're going to use it. So, all right, now I only am going to go around my cutout because I am going to just close the whole thing up and sew it shut. So this is just kind of going to hold it in place for a second. Okay. And if you hear all kinds of noise, yelling, other noise, the boys are upstairs playing video games. And whenever they play video games, it gets loud. So if you hear them, that is what they're up to. But we had soccer tournaments all weekend, so we are all just kind of relaxing or recovering after the weekend of soccer. So it wasn't terrible out. It was windy, and today was worse than yesterday. But today was pretty cold out there, and it's been raining. So it was a little bit chilly, quite windy, and pretty cold. So how pretty does that look? Now I think that looks really cool. I should not, now that I think of it, I should not have glued my back side, because now I can see the glue behind my lace here a little bit, but hopefully that dries down. But I think that's cool, and that's why I've used double-sided paper. Now I will go ahead and I'll sew all around this, so let me do that. Okay, so now I have it all sewn around, and I think that's going to make a pretty base for a pocket or a tuck. We can decorate it up even more. But yeah, I think that's a good base. So let's make another one here. I'm going to take this piece, and you know, you can tell I'm already making them different sizes, so I really am not worried about how big they are, and I'm not even measuring. Now maybe this one we just want to make more of a squared one, so let's just do that. Should we cut this one too? We'll do two more. Let's see, let's just cut off a piece of this and make another one. We'll make two more squared ones this time. Okay, so now this really, the gold foiled side, we're going to make that the inside. And I think that'll be pretty, because then you'll see. Oh, you like my new handy tool? I found this at the Dollar Tree. But instead of the bone folder, and it's just, I don't know, it's called a craft scraper. But if you have a hard time holding on to small things, this is a nice one because it fits in the whole palm of your hand to use as a bone folder. So if you don't like the bone folders being so small, this one's nice because you really got a good grip on it, and it's a lot wider. Okay, let's move some of these out of the way. Let's see here. Let's do vintage photo and ink this. So I hope everyone is maybe starting to see some spring weather wherever they are. We're starting to see some of it. It has gotten warmer. Definitely getting nicer out, but still have our chilly days. Gets windy, rainy, cold, but it's getting better. It's getting closer. I am ready for the warm weather. I am, well, just having to sit out at soccer games and stuff. I am ready to be sitting out there and being warm rather than freezing. I also can't believe it's May already and the boys are going to be out of school for the summer. It's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna again go and do 2, just trying to see if it's directional. I am gonna do 2 cutout shapes and be right back. Okay, so my 2 shapes are cut out, and now I need to just ink around the shape here. This one I did in just a decorative type die cut. I don't even know what you call that shape. And then this one I just did a rectangle. And I brought along some pretty fabrics this time, like applique fabrics. So let's see what they look like in here. So this one here, let's do the blue one here. This one I thought might look pretty. I have this pretty piece of like a sari silk, and it's got like a pretty sheer decorative, I don't know, pattern design on it. I thought would be really cool. So I'm thinking I want to do, and it kind of matches the gold coming out of there. Maybe I want to do the pink one with this one. Yeah. Okay, let's use a piece of this. And I kind of thought maybe if we could get the trim to stick out the bottom. So let's roughly cut a piece the size here. Now I know it's way bigger than it needs to be, but okay. So you can use whatever you want in here. Fabrics, lace, doilies, anything's kind of cool. Anything with a window is just kind of neat. Okay, so now I need to figure out how much I need to cut off here. So I want this to stick out the bottom. And this time I don't want to glue through my window because I don't want to see my glue. So we can cut off this. Okay, so let's make sure I only glue outside of the window. And get this down where it needs to be. And these are cool. I mean, you could easily just start mass making these and get a whole bunch of bases put together. And I kind of like that the fabric is just loose in there. Now, you know, that even reminds me, like, if you could get some like little sequins things to stick in there, it'd almost be like a shaker card. Oh, I don't have any glue on the back side. That's right. I'm gonna sew it. Okay, so I probably should just sew it first before I cut all that off. Okay, so there's that one. We're gonna let that dry. Let's do this one here, and then I'll sew them both at the same time, and then we'll decorate one up and put one in the journal so you can see what it looks like. Now this is really pretty applique fabric that I have, and I thought maybe trying to get some of these blue flowers in this one would be really pretty. Yeah, like those right there, if I can get that. And now this you can cut, I lost my scissors. We can cut out pretty much whatever piece we want. So let's see if I can get enough of this one. How much do I need? Kind of want to get the stem in there so you can kind of see the whole thing roughly. There we go. But I thought this was so pretty when I found it, and I haven't had the right journal to use it in. It's one of those things, you know, it's like you find something, you're like, oh, it's so pretty, I will use it, but then you haven't found the right thing to use it in. Okay, I think that will work. Let's get this. That's going to be really pretty. I like that one. Okay, glue around my frame. But yeah, these just, I think, have tons of possibilities wherever you want to take this one. I mean, you could put whatever you want in here. It'd be really cool. I just love the windows. I've been doing a lot of window things where you cut something out, you either put vellum in it or tracing paper or lace. I like the element of the window look. Just adds another layer, you know, of interest. How pretty! I love it. And then with the gold, can you see the golden in the background? That is really super cool. That's why, I know, again, that's why I've been using double-sided scrapbook paper, because I think it really does make it super pretty. And but I mean, if you don't have double-sided paper, you could stencil in there, you could stamp in there. Okay, I'm gonna go sew these two, and then let's clean them up, and then we'll decorate and put one in a journal. Okay, so they are sewn around, and now let's just, I'm gonna clean up the edges here. And then we'll decorate one, and these can be decorated in a million different ways. And if you don't like that, like these are loose, you know, if you don't like that, you can always put more glue than I did. Kind of like the fact that they're loose. I mean, they're sewn down. They're not going to go anywhere. But kind of is kind of another fun thing to play with when things are not 100% glued down. It makes it a little bit more fun. You can play with. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got our three. Let's figure out where we might want to put them. Since I have three, let's look at each signature and maybe figure out which one would look good, and then we can decorate based on where I think I was going for this page here. Now that's a lot of, oh, that was a lot of neutrals. It is still pretty though. Could make it a tuck and have our fabric hang down. Do I have a brighter page? Ooh, that's really pretty. This is just an envelope. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. But that matches really pretty there. What could I do with it on the envelope? If I put it on the envelope, I could make, actually I could make like make it a full pocket. Let this hang and then just tuck something in there. And then I could cut my envelope open and make that a pocket too. Should we do that one there? Let's just go for it. So this one here, we're just going to glue down on the three sides. We're going to make this a full pocket. So these could be pockets, tucks, journaling cards, you know, whatever. And this one here, we'll put here. And I'll kind of leave a border. This one here I dyed. This is avocado dyed. Yeah, I did make some avocado dye. Turned out really pretty. Got this pretty color. I like that. But it matches really pretty with this paper here. And I love the gold. So now we're just going to let that hang. And then we can embellish that up later. But for now, that looks good. Let's see, what can we do with this one? Now I was thinking this page. That looks pretty with that. And this one here, I could just do two corners and make an upper tuck, which I think looks pretty. So let's do that on this one. My glue is volcanoing out on me. I hate when it does that. Okay, so now we're just going to make this one a tuck. Again, I'm just going to leave a border. This is this paper here. This is from a really old, that's like an actual 1800s book. That's pretty old paper. It is thick, but I want to leave a border. I don't want to go straight to the edge. I'm afraid it might get too heavy there. But that looks pretty. Okay, we got that. And then let's do this one. Here's my mint green. I could do a big tuck or a big pocket. Oh, this one had the green on it. That might be kind of pretty. Or I could just make this one into a journaling card, because I did have a, where's the other side of that? I did have a, yeah, here. I could just make this a pretty journaling card. That's actually kind of nice. Since it's large enough, I could just make that into a journaling card. Should we do that? This is light enough to write on. Okay, let's ink up the thread a little bit. Now this is the first time I have used all light. I haven't used light thread in quite a while. But let's make that into a journaling card. So we've got 3 things we made. A journaling card, a pocket, and a tuck. These are the ones I had made before, so maybe we can put another one in here. And let's do, what could we do? Now these I left the lace hang out on the border, which I think makes a pretty tuck. Because then you can tuck behind the pretty papers. That looks kind of pretty there. Not quite wide enough for that. I can't do an upper. Here's my other avocado dyed, which might look pretty on there too. What do I want to do? Or this is a pretty, this is just like a, kind of like printer paper, but it has like the confetti little dots in it. That might be pretty there. Brightens up this page. Let's do that and turn this into a tuck spot here. Holy cow, my glue is everywhere. What a mess. I never put the lid on my glue and didn't notice it's making a ginormous mess. Okay. I think we got enough glue. We got a glue mess everywhere. Okay. So let's do just a tuck here. I'm just going to go to the top and away from the edge there just a little bit, because when I go to bind in the signature, I want to make sure I have enough room. Okay, so there's a pretty tuck, and it even looks like it goes all the way through, because the scrapbook paper on the back is light, so it almost looks like it's going to be a full window, but it's not. Okay, so glue mess, glue mess. I need to get my glue mess. I need a tissue. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that. I gotta get this under control. Okay, let's get these last 2 in here. Now we have these 2. And what can we do with these? So we got that tuck there. So let's maybe go to the back side. And let's look. Oh, here's this page. Could do a lower tuck here, or there's not much on this page either. This is really cool. This is French ledger paper. I thought that was really pretty. Let's see. Oh, we got this vintagey postcard. Here it has some greens and the reds. Maybe we could put this here. Should we do, maybe we should just do in the center and make it just a, glue one side, make it a center tuck. Whatever you want to call that. What do we want to call that? We only glue one side. It's still a tuck, right? Okay, so let's just glue this one side and we'll just make this a full tuck spot. Come on, glue. You're not cooperating with me today. Good enough. Okay. So let's do this here. That's pretty. And then we got one more. And then when we go through the journal later, we can add embellishments to these even more. Because right now, like I said, I'm just trying to get the bases down. And one more. We got the pretty, this is some of that black bean dyed lace that I did. I thought it looked kind of pretty with this mint green color. So we'll see where we could, oh, we got this one here. Let's go to the back then. I'm trying to space them out a little bit. We did do one here. Here's this. That actually does kind of work out. Now this one here, I have the lace hanging out both sides, so maybe if I have it over enough, the lace will hang out that side there. So I'm gonna do a tuck this way and let the lace hang out on the side, which I think is kind of cool. I have a feeling I'm gonna have a lot of lace and ruffles and things in this one. This one's feeling kind of girly to me. I think that's where this journal's gonna, the direction this one's gonna go in. Okay, so now let's make sure I get some of that over the edge. Well, that's super cool. And there we go. So now we've made all kinds of pretty embellishments from some scrap papers and laces and pretty fabrics. So I hope you guys are enjoying this process here that we're going to start. This journal we'll keep working in. I'll try to keep showing some process videos so that you can see it all come together. But I hope you guys have a good day today, and I will talk to you later. Bye.